Hello and welcome everybody. In this video, we are going to talk about Agatha Harkness. We will discuss how powerful is she and some of the crazier things that she has done in the comics. Agatha Harkness makes her MCU debut in Wandavision, as it is revealed that Agnes was Agatha Harkness all along. And you might think that she is the villain here, but that might not be the case. As we know, she has been in control all this time, making sure Wanda doesn't go insane. So before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Agatha Harkness is full of mysteries and is only the second witch to be introduced in the MCU. And being a person who deals with mystic arts, her story gets a lot more interesting. Well, in the comics, she was first introduced as the governess of Franklin Richards, whom you might know as one of the most powerful heroes in Marvel Comics, and as the son of Reed and Susan Richards. In her first appearance, she easily defeated the Frightful Four, which is a villainous group that planned on kidnapping Franklin Richards. She then goes on to help the Fantastic Four in the battle against Annihilus, who is one of the most powerful Marvel villains. We are told that Agatha Harkness is an enigmatic magic wielder who is known to be thousands of years old, but her exact origin story is still a mystery. And she is not actually a villain in the comics. She has often been a background character, helping heroes from time to time. So let us start with how powerful is Agatha Harkness. Well, we know she derives her powers from manipulation of forces of magic. She has the ability to manipulate magical forces to do things like teleportation, energy projection, and the tapping of extra-dimensional energy using her mystical spells, something like what Doctor Strange does. Agatha can also hypnotize people and affect other people's thoughts, something that we also see in Wandavision. Not only that, she can also create illusions of her own and has a gifted intellect and a vast knowledge of various magical subjects. But that said, where she struggles is with physical engagements. Because of her great age, her ability to perform intensive physical tasks is highly reduced. All the witches have something called familiar, which are supernatural entities which assist witches in their practice of magic. And Agatha's familiar is cat named Ebony, but it seems like in the WandaVision series, Marvel has changed that to a rabbit. Anyways, Ebony in reality is more than just a cat or a rabbit. It is a powerful extra-dimensional creature, and if you remember the cat from the Captain Marvel, then you get the idea. Agatha Harkness has a psychic connection with Ebony, and she occasionally uses it to run errands for her. At will, Ebony can revert to a more intimidating form with powerful claws and increased speed and strength. The creature regenerates damage at an accelerated rate and cannot be killed by normal means. But at one point, Agatha ends up killing her familiar to absorb its powers and become more powerful, so watch out for that in the MCU. At her peak powers, Agatha can conjure illusions, telekinetically move things, project force fields like the Hex, and control the thoughts of other people through projection and suggestion. In the comics, she and the Scarlet Witch share similar level of powers, but no way is she more powerful than the Scarlet Witch, though in the WandaVision, it appears as if Agatha has the upper hand. Now let's talk a bit about her backstory from the comics. Being a powerful witch, Agatha Harkness hid her powers for a long time, but eventually she revealed it to the Fantastic Four. Not only was Agatha a witch, but she was a very powerful sorcerer, one of the most powerful knowns at the time, and she played a crucial role in one of the biggest storylines involving Vision and a Scarlet Witch, the same story from which the show WandaVision is inspired from. Here Scarlet Witch gives birth to Tommy and William, and although Agatha was actually dead at this point, after being burnt at a stake for being a witch, she appears as a ghost to Wanda and teaches her how to use magic to become pregnant with Vision's children. However, what actually happened was Wanda used a combination of her own and Agatha's magic to create the twins from a missing piece of Mephisto's soul, which was the reason why Mephisto ends up taking the two children. To protect Wanda from the trauma of losing her children, Agatha wiped her memory of the twins' existence. When Wanda was eventually reminded that she once had two children and ended up killing the old witch in a fit of rage before losing her mind. so don't be surprised if that ends up happening in the series WandaVision too. Although this death was again a temporary thing for Agatha, as she returned as ghost and spirit guide for Wanda. It is Agatha that reveals to Scarlet Witch that her powers actually come from chaos magic. Agatha has over the time served as mentor to other mystic characters. Marvel villain Nicholas Scratch, who is named after the devil himself, is normally portrayed as Agatha's son. The two do not have a healthy relationship as he turned the New Salem colony against Agatha, under the pretense of her having betrayed them, and tried to put her on trial. In 2020, a new group arrived in the Marvel Comics that had a long yet secret history. This group is called the Daughters of Liberty, which is a group of powerful women who helped battle evil and save the world. Peggy Carter and Agatha Harkness were revealed to be two of the four members. Agatha trained the team in the ways of magic, and in the present day, she is still helping the Daughters of Liberty, including working with Shuri, one of the most intelligent persons in the Marvel Comics and MCU. These two work together as the two parts of magic science equation. So the story of Agatha Harkness has just begun, and we haven't seen the last of her in the MCU. And with that, we will bring this video to an end. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.